Yeah. How you doing?
Hello, how you doing?
Good.
Good.
Good. So we're just waiting on them. Did you send them the link or?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so you did. So we're just waiting. So what did you think of the overall thing I sent? Is that good?
Cool. Yeah. After this, we'll have a chat about what me and Jackson thought about.
I know. I'm so excited. I want to ask. It's like we're just waiting. We could talk about it.
Okay. Right. What we were saying is if it all checks out properly for all this, what we'll do is rather than me, you, and Jack's putting the money up for it, yeah, we worked out that it works out for every band on my roster, if we can get them all involved, it works out that they pay £80 each, which is four band members, £20 a piece.
Yes, that is
So,
that's actually
and then this is the other bit which you like is, but we keep it to the pure power bands, yeah, for both America and UK. And then if we get new bands and they want to be added into that, yeah, they pay. If it's America, they pay the money to you. So basically, at the end of it, you will make some money out of this, because if we have new bands come on after the Roku channel's up and running, and it's all paid for, they have to pay you the same amount as what the previous bands have. So you're getting a bit of money in there in the pot at your end.
Yeah, I like that idea. That's freaking brilliant. That's truly brilliant. Do you think that you could sell that to all of the bands on the roster, though?
If we can show them the exact viewership of Roku, right? Which don't worry about it. You don't have to do anything, because I've got one of my mates is an IT technician. He at the moment is doing research on it for us.
Okay. Now
so he will come back with, because Jax didn't realise that Roku is on every smart television in the world.
So it's hard to say how much viewership that's gonna get.
Yeah. Well, the Roku on the whole, every smart television is actually Roku is put on there as a free program and channel with free view, all of it.
You see why it was so genius, and I'm like so frustrated because I don't know how to get it done. But here's these guys. Okay, you're awesome. This is awesome.
So he's going to spend a couple of days researching for me. He's off work at the moment because. All right. Well, we'll talk about after that. Andy's here now, so all right.
Hi, Andy. You're upside down. There we go.
Oh. Sideways and up.
How are you, brother?
Right, just let me sort out everything.
I'm glad we had a chance to do another meet. How are you doing?
Hi, how you doing? You all right?
I'm all right.
All right, buddy, how you doing? How's it going?
I'm good, thanks, mate. I'm good. Nice to see you both. Nice to meet you, Kelly.
Yeah, nice to meet you too. I just wanted to ask you a couple questions. I guess one is, how did you meet Andy? He's already laughing. Look at this.
It's not that funny, is it, Andy? But no. So it literally was the week or so before lockdown, and we were supporting Cyteria at Level 3 venue in Swindon, and we met Andy there, and obviously Cyteria guys, and Andy came up afterwards and gave us his card and said he liked what he heard and to get in touch with him. And the rest is history, Kelly. The rest is history.
The rest is history. I know. I like it too. I am opening up in partnership with Andy, a North American promotion company. Lots of good stuff that we're doing. Yeah. I guess he's told you a little bit about it. Did you have any questions up front for me?
I didn't. I was going to let you speak, if I'm honest, Kelly, about what you're doing over there and everything else. I was going to jot some stuff down to tell the guys, because one of us on holiday and it's been difficult to get in contact with the band. So I'm going to jot a few bits down. Yeah, just tell us a bit about where you're at. And
Kelly, just give me a brief outline of what you're going to do over there, and how it relates to the UK bands.
Okay, so one of the ways it relates to the UK bands is definitely we're going to start with Lips and Amble and my podcast show, which on the very first episode we had Jackie on and he said, this is my very good friend, and it went from there. Jackie is the co-host to my UK show. So first thing would be exposure across our podcast, meaning the
Yeah.
whole group and network that's, an amazing team through there. Second part is, I've done a lot of research on how to get a band promoted through, the COVID mess, and everything online is so oversaturated, I think. In some ways, I'm noticing people right after COVID go right back to the ways of the 80s and trying to do things exactly the wrong way that was failing for the last, 10, 15 years, because there's no money left to support bands in the way that old
Yeah.
labels used to, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know how popular even print media is over there in the UK, but nobody goes into a store anymore to buy a music magazine, nothing like that. But people do read billboards.
Yeah.
And people do read, are you in a place that has a subway system or a bus
Oh
system?
no. Well, we don't have subway and stuff. Only in the capital, London, but sort
Can
of
you-
not
Andy, you know when you go on public transport in some places, they have the Metro magazine, don't they?
Oh, they have Metro and stuff. Yeah, they
Yeah.
can do that. Yeah.
This is what Kelly's on about. This is the whole thing about doing advertising on the Metro because it's a freebie.
Oh, okay. With you. Yeah.
everyone
Sure.
reads it. Everyone reads it because it's just
Everybody reads it.
free.
Yeah, everybody reads it. And I mean, the younger generation use it as a tool to check out what's going on, where to go, what's going on here, there, and everywhere. It is a very expensive piece of advertising because of the viewership. And what I want to do is drop it into 3 or 4 different metropolis cities. So, it's happening in the major cities of Canada and the US, which we're focusing on both. And that's just one way. The other way is on city buses. So if you're in a locale or over here that's smaller, doesn't have a metro system, then they definitely have city buses, right?
Sure.
And if not, we're gonna hit even smaller places because it's much cheaper with huge billboard signs along highways and
Okay.
stuff that get viewerships in those kind of states.
Yeah.
The next awesome thing is upping your YouTube viewership. We have packages for that. I don't know if, I do apologize, where your viewership sits on YouTube, your highest viewership, but maybe you don't.
Well, no, I actually don't, because we're actually trying to think about getting an official video done, because we have not done that yet.
Not an official video. Okay, so
Not yet.
that's
Right. Okay. Well, I can talk to you about that one after. I'll give you a phone call later on. I've got a
Yeah,
couple
perfect.
of videographers who are quite good, who are really good, and they're not far away from me. One's just in Bristol,
Great.
so not too, because otherwise you end up paying big fees out for travel and crap like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Totally
man.
agree.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, so-
The other
Yep.
thing that we're doing is online concert events that I'm going to be focusing on real soon. We got so many good submissions for that. Once we figure out the platform and the ticketing price, I think we're off and
Yep.
running. The other really big thing that we're in the works, and it's going to happen, I'm pretty sure, is a Roku TV channel where the podcast show will go up as well, but also all the videos that you create or content or interviews or anything will go up on that channel. And I'm
Okay,
doing
cool.
a little bit of research right now as to exactly how big that viewership is. But
Mhm.
Andy, I mean, what is your guess on that?
I haven't got a clue because most smart TVs now have got Roku as a free channel. So it depends. It could be worldwide. I don't know. That's why I've got one of my friends, Paul, looking into that now, because I know I've looked down Currys and PC World, Andy, looking at their TVs, and every smart TV in Curry and PC World have got the Roku channel on it.
From
There's a free-
Japan to Germany to Canada
Yeah.
to the UK, it's everywhere. So I don't even know where to quote the numbers on that,
No.
you know.
Well, leave that to me. I've already got someone on that one anyway.
Right. So that's
know.
our really big deal is definitely with that kind of exposure. And then of course, distribution and deals through the UK and through here. I know that Andy's on that side.
Kelly, they're already working with Cargo anyway.
Okay, I thought so.
I'm going to talk to you about later. I'll ring you later and have a chat about the Cargo anyway and that, what we're doing.
Yeah,
next.
Okay, cool.
But
So
yeah, so they've got a new album came out. Was it last week, Andy?
Yeah, about a week
Yeah.
ago. Yeah, 2 weeks Saturday. Yes, about a fortnight
Yeah.
Saturday. Yeah, just new out. Yeah.
So we'll
Yeah,
be
Dean
putting
Inside.
all of the bands that on the roster on the company sites so that you can also sell merch and your songs and albums there as well. Which should do really well come next few months.
Yeah, we've got the plans, Andy, with Kelly's side of it. All
Yeah.
the British bands are actually going to go for all your merch links, and that'll go onto her site. So if anybody in America wants to get stuff, they can do it. They can just order it from you.
Sounds
that
good.
way.
Exactly. And I have some really cool original merch lines coming out. I don't know if you're pro marijuana or not, but it is a very big selling feature to be so in Canada and the US, given the legalities of it. So creating lines of bongs and accessories and pipes and really neat merch you can add to your tables. We're pretty cheap costs, right? Yeah.
Sounds good. Sounds
Sounds
very backstage.
It's very backstage. It is, I mean, lips that's all the time.
Please don't, Andy, please don't encourage her anymore, please.
I know. It's going off the chart. I'm trying to involve all of my, previous jobs, but really unique ideas, I think, moving forward. I've done a lot of research. I don't see any other PR companies trying to pull this kind of stuff together at all.
No.
And in exposing you like that into North America, once touring happens, that's the other big ticket is touring you with, if it's definitely on the roster, continued work with Cyteria and Anvil. And I know he really wants to get going with them and lots of other cool people. But I think it's important to be promoted properly before you just jump on a tour over here and you're not going to do much if that happens, right?
Sure.
I mean, you could, is another option is do a buy on to a bigger band and then tour the US with them and come back to the UK and say, hey, we went on tour with whoever. And that would be good for you. But honestly, it's such a waste of money and you don't make much and it's just an experience. Yeah. So I'd like to do a little bit more than that. And if you're interested, I will forward all of the info to Andy so that you can look over the packages and the deals and figure out what's best for you. And we'll schedule another one of these maybe.
That sounds good to me, Kelly. Definitely. I've got loads of family in the States.
Oh, really? Whereabouts?
Cleveland, Ohio, Amherst, Ohio, Los Angeles.
Oh, wow.
Where else? Texas. Yeah.
Well, I lived in Texas. I lived in Texas for a year and a half and worked with the most difficult band on earth and married into it and divorced out of it. So,
All right, okay.
Texas. But it is a great state for music. It really is, depending on the genre. Ohio as well, great place too for music, and a little bit cheaper state to do everything, which is a bonus.
Always a bonus. Try and get
It
a
is a
little bit
bonus.
undercut.
Put a billboard up where your family is, you know what I mean? And the billboard ads, I think I should say, I want to do a feature on the show and then there'll be a feature, on all the bands. Maybe we'll do some competitions so that you get like a half space on it if you win the competition in the biggest city or something. We'll have a battle of the bands. We'll do all kinds of fun stuff like that. Sounds good. So, Andy, I will be putting together the package for you, and probably by the end of the night, fully. And I do it more with like, a poster than I do an outline in an email. It's so
Send
much
it-
easier for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Send it over to me and I'll forward it on.
Awesome. I might even do it in a video and just put some music to it and like,
All right.
you know,
Okay.
but then it's in both
Whatever.
formats and people can read it, they can slow it down, they can watch it and get it all. But I do appreciate your time on this. This is really exciting. Thank you so
It's
much.
nice to meet you, Kelly. It's exciting times, definitely. Be nice to work with you, and especially obviously you and Andy together. So great.
Oh, I know, right? And of course, Jackie. Gotta love Jackie.
Of course.
I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
Jackie. And are you?
His band's got Awakening the Savannah have got a couple of gigs with Cyteria on the tour coming up as well with us. So
I'm
Yeah.
wondering, are you free on the 13th to be on the show with Lips if he can make it? If not, it'd be Andy, Lane, Billy Garcia from Real Life Survivor season 13, and maybe
Was that-
Ash.
is that-
I'm
that's
not
this
sure.
Friday the 13th, isn't it? What
Yeah.
a day to have a show, Friday the 13th.
I know, right? And
Fantastic.
possibly Big John Bates. He used to be, yeah, he's really cool dude. So, if you're available on the 13th, we can schedule it in. It's just a Zoom thing like this. We play some trivia games and just,
Yeah, it's really
Fun.
quite good fun. And it's really good fun, to be fair. It's
It
really
is,
good fun.
it is.
Yeah, yeah.
Sounds good. Sounds
okay.
Especially some of the trivia questions that we get.
Lovely.
I'm
give you an
working
example.
on those, man.
I'll-
I am. You know, nobody
No, no.
solved any of my riddles yet. Maybe I
Yeah.
should make them a little less.
I'll give you a quick example of one. Last Friday's
for it.
was Lane come up with this one. He says, what his thing was, what was it? It was what was it called? Oh yeah, that was it. What's the name for a slug that has got a penis that comes out of its forehead? Right, and it's actually a real thing. It's a banana slug.
Yeah. 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 They're all ABs. I actually have some of the questions written down here in my book. Let's see.
Oh my God, I would have never even got close to that.
Only
Yeah, yeah.
from the other side of the pond. That's got to be on it, you know.
He's brilliant. I gotta say, Lane's a great co-host. He shows up like with maybe his pants on about 15 minutes into the show if he's lucky, every single show.
Yeah.
But it's gold, man. It's gold.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it really
It
is.
is good fun. It's great fun as well. That's the thing about it, yeah. So
Yeah,
It
got to have
really-
fun. Got to have fun.
Yeah, yeah. And I hope Lips can make it. He's in Germany right now doing a recording for the next 30 days. So
Yeah.
he's gonna try and make it, but you know, yeah, he's a card for sure. So I slotted
it.
you in on that day. And then on Monday, the following Monday, which would be the 16th, it's a show with Jackie at 5 o'clock your time, if any of you guys are available.
Okay.
All right, cool.
there we go. So, I don't know why I'm in these meetings with bands, because I just leave you to carry on talking.
Because they know you. They know
They don't know
you
Kelly.
know. Yeah, and
They
I
get
do
to
need
know
it in
Kelly.
reverse. Yeah, so when my bands start wanting to meet you, it'll be a lot. You know, we'll be doing this for the next little while, I think.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's great fun. So I can't thank you enough, and I'll send all the info to Andy, and we'll get it to you and figure it all out. So thank you.
Nice to meet you, Kelly. We'll speak real soon, right?
Okay, nice to meet you too. Thanks.
Andy,
Bye.
Okay.
Andy, I'll give you a ring in about 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Okay,
cheers,
cool.
Andy. Take care, Kelly. Have a nice
No problem.
evening, yeah?
All right,
Yeah,
bud.
you
See you
too.
later.
Bye, guys.
Bye, mate.
Cheers.